hoping we could get some turnovers, not turn it over on offense. We're hoping for some big plays from special teams, which we got the huge one with Sky on the return, got a huge one on the turnover. I looked at it as almost our D got 3 turnovers, so I think we got them off on 3 4th downs. When you play that way, just eventually you're going to get the points, and we did. So I was real proud of the guys for not turning it over and getting into some of those situations.
First several plays, you had Brock on the move, rolling out, and he seemed to be moving pretty almost kind of pre-injury form. Has he talked to you, or have you sensed that he's just further along since he's returned with that injury?
No, the week he came back, he was 100%, and we haven't been worried about it since with any movements or anything like that.
You have said he wasn't going to be healthy until the offseason.
Right.
Okay. Is that not true?
No, we're allowed, he can do boots, and he does those fine. So anytime he runs, I mean, he's doing all right. So
on the broadcast, they said that he had been wearing a steel plate in his cleat, but he isn't anymore. Is that correct?
Those are questions I don't ask him, so I'm not even sure.
Did you happen to catch his touchdowns over time?
I did, yeah. I thought it was pretty good. He told us he was going to do that if he scored, told the team. So we had pressure on him to do it, so he couldn't let them down, so it was nice.
Was that the first time you ever called his own read for him?
I don't think so. No, we've caught a few.
After they score at the end of the first half there, how important was it for Kittle to make that catch and then get down there and get down?
That was huge. We were almost not going to go for it. Just going into the wind like that with 37 seconds left, the odds of, with their pass rush, making something bad happen seemed a little bit higher than going and scoring, but Ricky made that big 3rd down, got us down there. Throwing that go route in the wind like that, just going into that way, that was a big-time play by Brock and a huge catch by George.
Jordan and Malik getting in on that 4th down stop in the first, how'd that set the tone for your defense?
I mean, I thought the D was setting the tone all day, really. I mean, they got that one score with the double move. I think they ran it, felt like 9 plays in a row, set it up and got that score. And every drive after that, man, I thought our D was real good. Made some adjustments at halftime, did better in the run game, I thought, in the second half. But 4th down was the big, as good as turnovers when you stop them on 4th down.
Anything even specific you could share about what you adjusted, especially in the run game?
I think going to more 5-man fronts and nickel.
How impressed are you with Klee coming in here? He's got 4 sacks in 4 games.
He's done a hell of a job. I mean, we loved having Klee here a couple years ago when we had him. Since his first day here, he's been the same guy. He's given us a lot of juice when we've been down.
When you're facing Miles Garrett, obviously you got Trent there, but it seemed like Brock was able to sense him and get away from pressure a couple times. How did you guys do against Miles?
He's a challenge. I mean, it's someone you're thinking about every single play. You think about him throughout the week when you're trying to game plan. He moved around a lot more than usual today, which made it a little bit tougher. We weren't perfect against him, but I was proud of the guys, how we handled them.
What was the latest buy you could possibly have going through? But to be 9-4 at this point, what is just kind of your assessment of where you guys are going into?
I love where we're at right now. I mean, I believe we'd be in the playoffs today if it started, and we got 4 more games left to make sure we continue that. It's been a long wait for a bye week. I've never had one this late. I don't know anyone on our team who has. It's finally here, mentally and physically. It'll be awesome to rest and then be able to come back from that with 4 games to play for a chance to get in the playoffs is everything we could ask for.
What do you give? Do you give them the whole week? Or
no, we'll come in for a couple days. We'll do a day after a game tomorrow. Probably do a little bit workout on Tuesday, and then I'll decide from there.
First half, it looked like Sanders had a couple of long completions, including that touchdown at the end. And second half, just a matter of turning up the pressure on them.
Not really. I just think we got them up. We stopped their run better in the second half. We had them backed up on that one long drive, but I think they ran it, I'm just guessing, like 10 times in a row. And they had a double move set up, and we didn't come off in a certain coverage and left the guy wide open. After that, though, I thought we put him in some worse situations, had him in some 3rd and longs, and when it's 3rd and long, it's tough to get guys past the chains, and that's when our guys stepped it up and got some sacks.
What do you think of Sky Moore's giving you really the last 3 games?
I think Sky's been awesome. We keep saying you can feel him for a while now, getting better and better. Every time he gets the ball, we feel like he's got a chance to go. And our goal this week was to score on special teams, which he got real close again. But as long as you end up scoring on offense at a big one, then it doesn't matter. So I told him thanks for allowing the offense to get those points. But that was huge in this game.
Luke Gifford said this week, I feel like the special teams, they've talked about feeling like they can be a weapon now, not just kind of place holding. Do you feel like they are taking a step in that direction?
Yeah, definitely. I think they have been a weapon. Probably at least this last month. I mean, both returns. Whether it's a kick return or whether it's a punt return, we made some big plays in that, and we made some big plays at some important times too. the biggest challenge today, what we were saying with the special teams, was we were hoping to get some big plays, but also not make any dumb plays with penalties and things like that. And we had one, which ended up giving them a 2-point conversion, which was disappointing. But besides that one, I think we were pretty clean the rest of the day.
Anything else? All right.
Guys good? All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, we'll do Purdy, McCaffrey, Christian, and Cleveland at the podium. Yeah. Purdy, you said McCaffrey, Christian, which I assume is Purdy, McCaffrey, Kittle.
Oh. Howdy. No chairs for you guys? That's tough. Yeah, you're right. You've been up high in the warmth, haven't you? Is that a Lacoste hat? You're more of a Carhartt guy. Yeah. We'll work on that.
All right. Can you walk us through the catch you made at the end of the first half and how important that play was?
Yeah, it's just it's either, we call it a Spartan, and it's basically just like a box fade, wide and go. Guy was playing outside leverage, which is usually not a good thing, but he just kind of opened the gate, and we broke through that into some hard wind. And it was just, I was really happy he just gave me the op on it. I think if there was no wind, I think that was a really easy touchdown. But, it's fun to just work for that plays. And, to get that and then to have a doink kick go in, huge from the momentum. I mean, how about Matt? Just stepped up and made every kick that we've needed him to since Eddie's been out. So, huge fan of him. He's definitely earned a slap on the back.
It has been said that Brock was practicing the Dougie all week, and Kyle said he promised you guys that he would do it, but you looked pretty shocked by the touchdown.
I just is really good at it, and I was more just surprised. I mean, God forbid a white guy has a little bit of motion.
George, how at 9-4 going into the bye, we've been waiting this bye forever. Just how well positioned do you
We
feel?
have been.
Yeah. How well
Week 14 bye is crazy.
How well positioned do you feel like this team is to go into the bye, get some rest, and then make a run?
I mean, I think looking from the outside in, if people would have said, hey, you guys are going to be 9-4 going into the bye, and you're not going to have Fred Warner or Nick Bosa, and Kittle's going to miss the first 5 weeks, and Brock's going to miss 6-7 games, I think a lot of people would have laughed at everybody. And, kudos to our coaching staff, Coach Shanahan, Lynch for bringing in the right guys to fill in those spots, developing players, to take advantage of those situations. How about Cleveland Farrell, just coming back? I mean, it's fantastic. I think we're set up really well. It's these bye weeks, get tricky because I think guys have just been looking forward to it. And so, our message, I think Kyle will say the message tomorrow is just like, hey, get away, do whatever you have to do. But just remember when we come back, we have 4 incredibly difficult games that are going to hopefully set us up to do something fun, after the last game.
Normally, on a 3-game win streak, I would ask, you probably don't want to buy it. I'm guessing that's not applicable in this case.
I think everybody wants to buy.
Yeah, how much have you been looking forward to getting that?
Oh, dear. It's really, when you have a week 14 bye and it's like week 11 or 12, and you're sitting there like, hey, we got 3 more games. You don't want to look ahead, but at the same time, it's like, we can do it. We can just lock in for 3 games, and then everyone's going to get that little bit of time off. And I think it'll be great for everybody. Every single person. I mean, when you're this part of the season, if you're 100% healthy, then you're probably not playing the game the right way. You're not playing with enough effort. You're not playing with enough grit. So I think everybody will just take a little bit of time, rest up, work out a little bit, and just be ready to roll and hit the ground running versus the Titans.
With all the injuries you guys have gone through, was there ever any doubt that you'd be at this point, or did you guys always, for lack of a better term, keep the faith in God?
I don't think there was ever any doubt. I would just say, when Mac Jones came in and just started, slicing and dicing, I think that just gave everybody a lot of confidence. And then, Christian's having the year that he's having, 800, leading the NFL in targets, catches, all of the above, and rushings. He's a monster. So, and then, our O-line has stayed relatively healthy the entire time. And, if, Jake was down for a game and a half, Hennessy came in and played at a high level for us. So, I think guys are just stepping up. But, when you lose your people, the guys who you've paid, your franchise players, and guys step up and they can still play at a high level, it just gives the whole team confidence. And we've had a bunch of rookies step up too. I cannot get over Alfred Collins. I just think he's such a good player. And you just see his effort out there. If you guys watch the All-22, I just think he's making so many plays and so much effort and so much hustle, and I'm just so proud of him.
That's good.
Thanks, George.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thanks, everybody.
Brock, I think the other day you said you knew this was going to be a blue-collar game. Obviously, you always want to take care of the ball and not turn over, but how much was that emphasized? How important was it to, put a 0 in that column today?
Yeah, it's huge. Coming here against a great defense like that, and just the conditions that we were playing in, I think it comes down to protecting the ball and letting the defense do their thing, and then when we have the opportunities to strike on offense, we got to capitalize on it. So that was really the mindset. Last night when all the quarterbacks are going over the game, and right when we got out to the field to warm up, like you could tell it was going to be that kind of game. So that was really our mindset.
You're facing 3rd and long, and right before halftime, at what point did you just go, all right, let's go, let's get some points before the half?
Yeah, we needed it. We needed some momentum, and obviously we're trying to be smart, but within that, there's the game of, all right, I got to be aggressive and go for our matchup when we get it, and our opportunity to push the chains and move the ball down the field. Ricky won on a one-on-one matchup, so even though it's like windy and stuff, it's like you gotta make it happen at some point, and so I feel like that drive really got us going, got our confidence going, and it bled into the second half for sure.
Did you have more fun against Myles Garrett than you expected?
Dude, I have nothing but respect for him. So it was fun competing against him for sure, but it's always where is he on the field. So
There was a play there late that it looked like he came over and said something to you. I don't think it was the sack, it was something else. What was the exchange there?
We had a keeper or a bootleg, and I rolled out, and he was right there, and I was like, oh man. So I threw the ball away. He's like, come on, bro, and smiled at me, and I was like, I'm sorry, bro. But it's nothing but love and respect. He's really cool, but he's a monster, so you got to be smart in certain situations like that.
On the broadcast, they said that you were wearing a steel plate in your cleat earlier in the season, but you're not anymore. Is that true? When were you wearing it, and when did you feel you didn't need it anymore?
Just that Jacksonville game is when I wore it, and then after that, I didn't like it, and so all the games since I haven't worn a steel plate.
We also see you have a contraption on your arm. What exactly is that? Why do you like it? Is that going to be something you use in cold weather games for the foreseeable future?
Yeah, I've been doing that my whole career, actually. When just later in the season, games get a little cold and whatnot, I'd throw it on. It's literally just like a little arm heat thing. So, but yeah, I've been doing that.
Kyle mentioned that you promised you were going to do the touchdown celebration, and apparently there was a lot of practice that went into it. And what was the origin of that, and how did that go?
Yeah, I've always been able to Dougie, but I haven't really just done it, publicly. And so, my wife, she could tell you actually, like I annoy her in the kitchen and all that kind of thing. So that's where I got my practice. But yeah, I told the team, said if we're scoring, we're gonna have some fun, and I'm gonna hit the Dougie. So I got an op to do it, so I did it.
What was the play call, Brock, and how often did you practice that?
It was really just read the guy on the end of the line of scrimmage, and if he crashes, pull it in that situation. And we had practiced it this week for sure. And so anyways, it happened, and once I got in the end zone, I was there by myself for a little bit, and I was like, all right, I'm going to Dougie.
In this super late bye, I guess all been looking forward to that. Just how do you feel the team is positioned right now to make a push coming out of the bye?
Yeah, every game is so huge. You got to find momentum throughout every game, and it doesn't matter what you've done in the past, good or bad. It's about the next game. And we're obviously 9-4. We got a bye, which is great for us to be able to heal up and feel good. But we got to have the same mindset, come the end of next week when we get back ready to game plan for our next game. And so that mindset, we can't lose it. Every game matters. It's huge. This is the most important time of the year for sure. But we just got to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and keep building our momentum. So.
Apologies.
Last one.
Fastest. How bummed were you when you didn't see the rain or snow in the forecast?
Honestly, like yesterday we got here and there was snow all over, or 2 days ago, and then yesterday it was snowing late at night. So I woke up this morning, I was like, all right, it is what it is. We just got to go find a way to win. It doesn't matter how or what. Protect the ball, play within our offense, and let our defense and special teams do their thing also, and be smart. So it didn't matter what it was going to look like. We just got to find a way, and for me as a quarterback, protect the ball and get it done. So that was the mindset.
Have you become a big admirer of Sky Moore's punt returns?
Yeah, he's the man, dude. Just last week, or what was that, 2 weeks ago, against the Cardinals for his kick return, and then today to be able to have that punt return like that, create some momentum, allow us to score pretty quick. Like he's the man.
In general, Brock, do you feel the special teams, especially over the last month, it seems like they have, in pretty much all phases, kind of come along. You guys talk about complimentary football. What has that meant for you
I mean, it's huge. Special teams, like, they've completely just, I think, been the heart of our team with getting us great field position and allowing us to score quick and getting stops. And then obviously when another team messes up, like, our guys are running down there and they're capitalizing by getting the ball back for us. Our special teams has been amazing, man. So it's a three-way area of winning: offense, defense, and special teams. And if you overlook special teams, man, it can hurt you, but we're on top of it, and our guys have been balling in that area. So huge shout out to our special teams.
All right, guys. Christian,
Thanks, guys.
You guys have 9 wins now in the season, so how does that feel finally going into the bye?
Feels great, yeah. I mean, anytime you get a win going into a bye, it's a big deal. So, get some time to freshen up, get some rest, and come back ready for a stretch.
how long has it felt like to get to this point? Like, this is as late as it could possibly be. Has it been a stretch to get to this point?
Yeah, I can't believe it's here. I felt like for a while it just wasn't going to come. So, yeah, it's nice to get some rest.
How well do you think you guys are positioned here, 9-4 going into the bye, and a chance to kind of recharge for the final stretch?
Yeah, I think, for us it's just about one day at a time right now. Just rest up, recover, and, come back. When we come back for this next game, just taking it one day at a time like we have. But I love our character. I love our urgency, and I like where we're at.
When you went down, when Fred went down, and Brock went down, was there ever any doubt in the locker room, or did you guys always, this is a bad term, but kind of keep the faith knowing you get to this point?
Yeah, I mean, you always have faith. Anytime you step on a football field, it's you have a chance to win. So our guys don't blink. We don't worry about outside distractions. We just focus on what we can control and just maintaining that competitive stamina throughout every game, throughout the whole year.
There were a couple of fourth down stops by your defense. Were you paying attention on those plays, like getting ready to go out there? Or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was paying attention.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see like I guess the first one, Malik and Jordan got in, and the second one they botched the fumble back there. Did you hear the referee yell on the mic, boom, that way?
No, I did not. No, but our defense stepped up huge, man. I mean, they've been playing amazing defense and special teams, just having a complete football game. That's a really good defense. We knew it was going to be a grimy game, and so for the defense and the special teams to step up and put us in really good positions was awesome.
Did you know much about Sky Moore before you got here? Can you talk about a little bit the lift he's giving you guys with some of these big plays?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously knew who he was, but man, I think this whole entire year, just anytime he gets the ball, I love the way he hits it. He's built for this team. He plays with zero hesitation, and it's good to see him start to break some of these long ones because for the whole first half of the year, we were always like, man, he's hitting it the right way. Every time the ball's in his hands, he plays with no hesitation. He's fast, he's physical, he runs really hard, and we knew it was just a matter of time before some of these big ones were going to start to hit, and he's been doing a hell of a job putting us in a great position.
Do a couple more.
Represents very north-south. It takes courage. He's not the biggest guy.
Yeah.
Do you admire that in him?
Absolutely, man. I mean, you said it takes a lot of courage, and he's, like I said, he's built for this team, and he gives us a huge spark.
What can you say about the offensive line's play today against North Carolina and that one?
They did a hell of a job, and that was a trenches game, and it wasn't pretty. I got to, hope we want some more explosives, and that part's on me. But they did a hell of a job. That's a really good defense, like I said, and for them to come out and for us to maintain possession on some of those long drives was big. And again, just a complete football win. But the offensive line, man, they work so hard, continuing to open up lanes. So it's just up to us backs to hit it.
You guys
Last one here.
Field position today. How nice is it? I think a couple of drives started in the red zone, and then a couple more was in plus territory already to get that sort of lift from other units.
That's huge. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's sometimes how football goes. So to be able to start, in plus territory is massive.
All right, thanks, Christian.
Appreciate it, guys.
We got Cleveland coming in, too.
How does it feel to come back and make such an impact so quickly?
I think for me, it's just not taking it for granted. When I came back, this team was right in the thick of it. And at the end of the day, the biggest reason why I came back here was because I wanted to win. So I'm just thankful for my teammates, coaches, everybody in the building just helped me, get prepared and be ready for the moment. So it was good. It was good. I'm excited.
It seemed like the first half there'd be a lot of pass rush opportunities if you could stop the run. How did you guys in the second half kind of turn that around?
I think it's mostly gets back to what you was talking about, just stopping the run. We obviously, talented young quarterback, but, very fresh. So we knew that maybe the playbook wasn't going to be as big, and this is a cold environment, a lot of wind. So we knew they were going to come out and try to run the ball with a good back. Tenner's a good back. So once we got that under control, we were able to really put some pressure on. And the offense helped out too, obviously.
More 5-man fronts second half?
Yeah, more 5-man front, and really just trying to do anything to rattle that offensive line. A lot of twists, different things like that. That was the biggest thing.
Particularly after being a healthy scratch a couple weeks ago, do you feel a little bit of vindication here?
I wouldn't say vindication, regardless of I'm not owed anything from this team. You know what I mean? My first 2 games, I was just trying to get back in the swing of things. Was happy to go out there and help the team, but I'm just ready for the opportunity whenever it comes. So I'm just trying to stay prepared, for sure.
Myles Garrett gets a lot of attention going into this game because he leads the league in sack. You got 2 sacks, you got 1 today. Does it fire you up at all just knowing that there's a guy on the other side of the field that?
Hey, regardless of, I learned that, you can pull motivation from anything, but I think the biggest thing, motivator for us and as a team is just, we got somewhere we're trying to get to at the end of the year. So we hear the noise. Obviously, the offense and Trent, they had a great task with Myles today, but at the end of the day, the D-line, we just focused on taking that next step and getting ready for playoff and in the December ball, for sure.
What's ultimately changed from the week you got here till now? It seems like you guys are playing cleaner, less mistakes.
I think it's, from my perspective, being new, this team didn't listen to any other noise. You know what I mean? I think it's the biggest word is belief. Belief, regardless of who's in there. I think this team really just shows we have a lot of good players that can really, really play, regardless of who's in there, and they're confident in themselves. And the coaches give us that belief that, regardless of who's out there, if you in the 49er jersey, you can go out there and have a chance to win the game. So, this is good.
Clearly, you bounced around a little bit last year. And, it's going like, this guy's maybe at the end. But you have 4 sacks in 4 games. Career high is 4.5 sacks in a season. Are you, peaking?
Peaking?
Yeah.
We shall see, right? I think for me, I think I'm just trying to, stick to my process. At the end of the day, if you focus on results, you always let yourself down. Just focus on the process. And I think, the process really paid off today. So I'm going to try to tune it up some more next week. And I'll look up at the end of the year and give you a better response on if I'm peaking or not yet.
Chris Cassera had a few words with you in the locker room. What did he have to say?
Belief. He just told me, like you say, players here, we all came here through different things, and regardless of what it is, Chris just always tells us he believes in us. And that's all a player, sometimes just really needs to go out there and have the confidence just to really cut it loose. And I think for someone like myself, definitely being in a young group, he just really re-emphasized, we got this. Let's take this game over, or let's really have our own will impact on this game. So, Coach Chris, it wasn't too much. It's just you got this. You got this. That was the biggest thing.
Obviously, you haven't been around the whole season, but can you feel from the guys who have been playing this whole season how much they're looking forward to a bye that has taken, it seems like?
Most definitely. I've never been a part of a bye this late that I can remember in the season. So I think the biggest thing was just these guys really emptied the tank this week. That was one of the first things that I really, really noticed. Guys, just the routine, the way guys was in early. And I'm like, when you get a bye week coming up, and regardless of what people say about the Browns, you can kind of get a little bit lax, but guys really, really emptied the tank this week with preparation and today. So it's just not taking it for granted, for sure.
Around the trade deadline, there was a lot of talk about this team adding a premium pass rusher, especially when you lose Nick Bosa early in the season. You and Keon came in here, with expectations for impact early. Was today proof of concept? He gets a sack, he gets 2, and are able to contribute.
I don't think one game is proof of a concept. I just think today just proved that, everybody that's on that D-line, regardless of whether you're new or been here, we just committed to wins and losses and doing whatever that takes. If it's getting sacks, if it's stopping the run, if it's, fighting all game to get a sack and then maybe none, and then, you just got to make a play at the end, like Albert Collins back against the Rams. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that commitment to winning, you know, because regardless of wherever you playing at, if you win, the play just looks 10 times better. So I think that mindset just leads us to all the other stuff. Good. Thank y'all.